Steve Nash is out as Brooklyn Nets head coach, a mutual decision according to Woj. So we look at the situation now, and there are reports now that Ime Udoka could replace Steve Nash as the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. The Boston Celtics reportedly will allow Udoka to go to the Brooklyn Nets. So we'll see what happens. We all know the situation with Udoka. Did some inappropriate things and ultimately was suspended for 1 year by the Boston Celtics. But they're going to let him go, let him be able to coach elsewhere, which I think is fair at the end of the day. But we look at the situation with Steve Nash, and you look at how everything went down. It was a tough situation. It was a tough job. That first year you had Durant and Kyrie Irving together. You ultimately acquired James Harden. You go to the second round of the playoffs. In 7 games, you lose to the Milwaukee Bucks. You didn't have Kyrie, who messed up his ankle. James Harden essentially was playing on one leg in that particular series, and Kevin Durant's big foot was on the line, and ultimately his big foot being on the line cost the Brooklyn Nets as they lost to the Milwaukee Bucks in 7. So you look at that whole situation, and then from there, the following year, you had the situation with the vaccine mandate. You had the situation with Kyrie Irving and his refusal to take the vaccine. Ultimately, it kind of derailed the season. The Brooklyn Nets ultimately made it to the playoffs, but they were swept by the Boston Celtics in the first round of the playoffs. So with the roster of Kyrie and Kevin Durant, they weren't able to get out of the second round. And it just didn't work out for the Brooklyn Nets. I look at it from this standpoint. If you're Steve Nash, you're probably glad it's over. You probably don't want this headache any longer. It was a headache, and whether you fair or unfair, I think the blame is going to be placed at the feet of Kyrie Irving, because we can say what we want to say about the guy. He is ultra talented, but there's a lot. He's a difficult guy to coach, and we've seen it over the years, the difficulties that some coaches have with Kyrie Irving, some organizations have with Kyrie Irving. Talented player, big-time player, a walking bucket, but at the end of the day, it can be a little difficult. But again, if you're the Brooklyn Nets now, and if you're going to get Udoka, you still got Kyrie, you still got Kevin Durant, you still got Ben Simmons, you still got a lot of talent on this roster. So this is not they're off to a slow start, but at the end of the day, this can be fixed, this can be rectified, this can be taken care of, and the Brooklyn Nets still can be a force and a factor in the Eastern Conference. So at the end of the day, the Nets move on for Steve Nash. If you're Steve Nash, your first time getting a head coaching job, you probably want to take a break, go spend some time with your family, enjoy your family. You got riches, you got money, you got all that. Enjoy all that. And then at some point, at some time, maybe you come back coaching in this league and get yourself a better position, a better job. Udoka was in Brooklyn, was an assistant coach under Steve Nash in Brooklyn at one point, at one time. So again, he is familiar with this roster, familiar with this team. And so this is a great opportunity for him and a great opportunity for the Brooklyn Nets going forward. You look at Udoka again, this guy was involved in a serious scandal. So this is an opportunity for him and redemption. Hopefully he redeems himself and turns this situation around. Again, not a good situation with him. And hopefully he's learned some valuable lessons along the way. But at the end of the day, Steve Nash is fired. And the Brooklyn Nets probably are better off with Udoka over Nash. We'll see how it plays out.